Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Billy, I love your thankful, love your Thanksgiving. So great. It's a word of gratitude, being grateful this month. So I'm going to throw you guys for a total loop today. And this morning is going to be all about politics.
Great.
I know the topic you thought I was never going to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it today because there are some really cool things we need to know as far as the political election and how it relates to real estate and those types of things. Yes. So, without us disclosing any of our political beliefs or opinions, we will not be having that conversation. We will be centering this around real estate this morning, but you can talk whatever you want to, because it sounds like, obviously, in a couple of days, I don't know, could be a couple of months, could be next year, we might have a new president. We're still not sure.
Right.
The memes are vicious, aren't they?
Yeah, it's
Oh my God.
I mean, just news, everything. It's just, I don't know where to look.
So I have to admit, I'm not a meme follower. I don't know where to find all the memes, but the ones that I'm getting sent, I'm like, who is finding these things? Where are these things? But it's like, then I started Googling. I was like, all right, get in with the memes, but they're crazy. Probably a good reminder to talk about again what our digital twin looks like, when we're online, when for our Facebook, for our personality, for our business, we're not political. We're not, controversial. We're not. It's all about being happy and healthy and helpful. So those are good things. So here's where I'm going to go with this, with being hopefully helpful today as far as what it looks like. Next, so I mentioned on Monday, you guys have both been to the NAR conference, and that is going on right now. And tell me about your experience with going to the NAR conference. What did you learn? What was amazing to you?
Jamie?
I can start. I feel like it's a little overwhelming just because there's so much opportunity for training. Like the biggest marketplace you've ever seen. And I know that's what Bill can say he likes probably, but but once you zero in on some good classes, you get to meet some people and listen and learn, and it's a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, I of course I like the big room with all the new gadgets, and I just that was a lot of fun. And yes, the training is phenomenal. And Jamie's right, you meet people. I mean, I just met so many people when I went. That was when I was in San Francisco, I believe, and I just remember sitting outside and I just randomly started talking to this one lady, and she was just so sweet. And, I don't remember her name, but I did get a business card that day. And if I would have been probably an agent, it would have been maybe a different type of referral setup system, maybe. Or, I mean, there's just so many aspects of it that are so worth attending and putting your time in, and also using it as a marketing thing.
Yeah. So even though it's virtual, you can still do that. Mm-hmm. And there's two parts to the conference. There's the governance part where it's like all the committee meetings and different sessions. And then there is the conference, which is the educational piece. So what's going on right now is the governance piece. So that's going to go on until November 13th. And then after that, after that is the conference. So November 16th, 17th, and 18th are all the classes, the general sessions you can sign up. But the reason why it's important to kind of know the difference is you can go to the governance meetings without having to pay the fee. So next Wednesday, let me make sure I've got this right. Next Wednesday at 11 p.m., it's 1 p.m. Central, and I think this might be live streamed to Facebook. I'm not positive. Is the town hall election analysis.
Oh,
yes, which I mean is going to be just so fascinating, and they're going to be completely talking about real estate, and they keep adding speakers to it, and there's 5 of them right now that I'll just kind of go through with you. One is Evan Lydiard. So Evan Lydiard was Orrin Hatch's chief of staff, and if you remember, Orrin was in charge, or Senator Hatch was in charge of mostly the tax committee. So Evan's brilliant as far as taxes go. He literally is one of the most revered people on Capitol Hill who knows about taxes and how they impact real estate. 1031 is going to be a good topic. He's going to talk about that because that was definitely in Biden's plan. It's been in both plans off and on, but Biden specifically referenced it. So he will be talking about that for sure. The next person is a guy named Doug Sosnick. Now, you may not know that name, but probably if you watch any of the TV, political shows, you might have seen Doug on those shows. He is the Democratic kind of representative, if you will. So Orrin Hatch was a Republican. Evans kind of can share some of the Republican perspective. Doug will share a little bit of the Democratic perspective, and he helps advise NAR. He was also our campaign advisor when Missouri amended our state constitution to prevent real estate transfer taxes and also real estate sales on services. So he's a really cool guy. I know him. I know him very well. The other cool thing about him that's kind of awesome is he's the lobbyist for the NBA. So yeah, he can get us tickets.
Someday.
In once. But you kind of feel like you know someone. So he's going to talk about that. Megan Booth is a staff person at NAR. She is a complete expert in FHA, Freddie Mae, Fannie Mac, and she will then be talking definitely about the GSEs, the loan programs, and then how those are going to shake out. They're in conservatorship, whether or not they go public, or whether they go private sector, or whether or not they stay with the government, and how that goes. The newest guy who just got added is a guy named Brian Green. He also works for National Association of Realtors. He is one of the lobbyists, but he's in charge of fair housing. And as you know, the HUD director, Ben Carson, has been very active on fair housing and talking about fair housing. So if that were to change, Brian's going to have a lot of comments and on that piece of it. And if it were to stay the same, then there's actually some things that Ben Carson has teed up right now, just with things that have happened with fair housing in the country, conversation on diversity, equity, inclusion, that they've kind of been waiting for to see who will be in the future administration. So I think that will be a thing. And then the last person, so I think this is just fascinating. And we don't talk a lot about it at NAR, but it's Shannon McGann. She's our chief lobbyist. Shannon is top 25 lobbyist in Washington, D.C. She has worked on the Hill. She's worked for both parties. But her husband was Don McGahn. Well, is Don McGahn, who happened to serve as chief counsel for the White House. He's not in that position anymore. He had a little conflict with the administration. But she, of course, has like all of the amazing inside scoop and shares with us what she can share. It's why she's a great lobbyist, why she's a great representative for the organization. And again, she's amazing because she gets accolades all of the time from both sides of the aisle. So that is next Wednesday, 1 p.m., November 11th. Put it on your schedule.
Wednesday, right?
Wednesday, November 11th, 1 p.m. Central, 1 to 2.
And where is it going to be?
Say that again.
Where is it streaming at? Is it?
I think it will stream live on NAR's Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
The National Association of Realtors Facebook page. And yeah, Billy, maybe we can share that out.
Watch party then, hopefully.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It will. Yeah. So that will be definitely kind of something to pay attention on. Now later in the conference, and I'm going to pull this up because I think it's on the 16th. Later in the conference, let's see, I'm looking, is Lawrence Yun. So Lawrence is going to hold back, our chief economist. He's holding back a little bit later to make sure we know where things stand to do his report on the economy. Because obviously the stock market's bouncing around right now with all sorts of things going on. Depending upon who wins, there's going to be all sorts of people extrapolating all sorts of things. So that could be really interesting too. And I think but both of those, the reason I bring them up, they're both part of the governance, and so we'll share them out. So I don't know, kind of interesting. I know we're getting questions from the agents on.
It's definitely an interesting year to have the conference right now with everything going on. So yeah.
For sure.
Different dynamic.
Yeah, and interest rates. And, we also know that sometimes people wait until the election. Some people are just stressed out about it and they're waiting for whether they're going to make a home buying decision. So again, it's very common that after an election, people start moving. So it doesn't feel like anybody's waited to make that decision this year.
My little sister had to lock in her rate. They're buying a home in Denver, and she wanted to lock in before the election. She decided she thought it'd be best. So they looked at right before.
Kind of interesting to do that. Yeah, so just lots of different things. Jamie, Tech and Touch next week.
Yeah, Tuesday and Thursday. I think they both start at 10. Is that right? And one's an hour and one's an hour and 30 minutes. And I haven't even seen the agenda yet. I've just registered for everything. So, 10 to 11 on Tuesday, and then 10 to 11:30 on Thursday. And then the following week, same schedule, 2 times. So also on Thursday is that luxury listing
Forum.
That's like an all-day event apparently, so it should be interesting.
It's like, again, it's like, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous Remax style. You get to see all the cool homes across the world. They are supposed to, at some point, I know they said they were going to send out an agenda, and it's regionalized.
Yeah, I haven't seen that come out yet. I've been watching for that because I was like, I don't think I can watch this for 7 hours. But it might be kind of cool to see what's going on, like in the North versus the West.
Well, and I'm not sure, like, do I want to watch Greece or do I want to watch Minnesota? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, even just going on the luxury website is fun, just to go and see.
It is.
Sometimes if I just like need a break, I'll go on there and just like look at these big ass homes. I'm just like, wow.
You know what, Billy? You just said something though. Would you do me a favor and send out the link to the collection website so that, again, people understand 500,000 and up. It's featured on a different website. That is one of the distinctions that you can kind of make to do. So that's kind of interesting. Billy, you have been working on our winter pop buys. You want to kind of share those?
So our winter pop buys, we're going for a more affordable cheaper price range. So we'll be around the $5 range per pop buy, and it's going to have a cute Remax mug with some hot chocolate and a peppermint spoon. So hopefully by the end of next week, I'm hoping, or shortly after, I'll have a sample picture that you guys can see, and we'll get those set up and get you guys all pre-ordered. But yeah, I think it'll be really cute, and I'm excited to show you guys. So
yeah, and the good news is on these, they're wintry. So you could deliver them in, December. You could deliver them in January. You could still deliver them in February. So we've kind of kept them winter-ish. Yeah. You can give that gift anytime. So you don't feel like you've got a sharp deadline to do that is the goal. Well, cool. Any big plans for the weekend? Anything fun?
I'm going to go visit the prison in Jeff City tonight.
You are not. Are you going in the middle of the night?
No, we're supposed to be there at 6:30. I've never done it. We got some free tickets from Tyler's friend. She's like, hey, some people bailed. Do you guys want to go? I'm like, yes. So, but now I'm kind of like, do I need to like have some kind of like spiritual protection thing? So
I have some sage if you want to sage your house. I don't have the guts to do it to my own, but I've got it if you want it.
They say sometimes that can actually ignite things too. So it's kind of dependent upon the spirit.
I literally just talked to someone else who told me they had just done this and how it was one of the most amazing things they've done in Missouri.
Really?
Yes.
The prison tour?
Yes.
Interesting.
And they're talking about like they may not be doing it forever, so we all got to get on the bandwagon. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I'm going then. So
I know. I'm super excited. Jamie, how about you?
Well, speaking of bandwagon, I think I'm going to get on the holiday bandwagon. And I know Billy's already done, and maybe put up some Christmas trees this weekend.
Do it.
We are going to be gone over Thanksgiving, which is when we usually do it. So I thought, and last year we didn't put up a tree because we were remodeling. So there was just nowhere to put up a tree. So I thought maybe Emma would be excited if we put up we have 3, so if we put up 1 or 2 of them.
Awesome.
And maybe get started a little early, something to look forward to. So we'll see if I get there.
I put up my tree Tuesday night watching the election results. Okay. But now I have to get the rest of it going.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. I'm got knocking off something else on my bucket list this weekend. Just randomly happened. I've biked the Katy Trail going along the Missouri River. Now I actually get to go out on the Missouri River on a boat. I've never done it. So
You never
It'll be
be
cold.
I know. I'm excited.
Wow.
Is it in like a covered boat or like an open air?
I think it's open air. I don't know. That's a good question.
Take a sweater. Take a jacket.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 75 on Saturday afternoon.
So I
So
still feel like the wind and
yeah.
Off the water, it's going to be a little colder, but
Yeah. Cool.
Mhm.
Well, great.
That'll be
Well,
fun.
you guys have a good weekend. We will see everybody next week. Lots of things going on, and maybe or maybe not, we might have a new president. We'll see how it goes. Or we not a new we will have decided on a president. That's the word.
Maybe, yeah.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Just
All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye.